Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am back for another tape review video. The last one I put out a few days ago was of Roman Kanserov. If you haven't checked that one out yet, definitely go and do so after you finish this entire video and like it. I'm just kidding, you can do what you want. But that Roman Kanserov video I put out a few days ago was the most successful video I've put out on my channel thus far. And it wasn't even close. It blew every single one out of the water. So it made me realize I am going to have to start making these film review videos more often just because of the feedback. And there were a bunch of comments on that Kanserov video asking for Frondell next. And so I'm a man of the people. You guys ask, I have to deliver. And so here's the content. Enjoy. Been spending a lot of time obviously watching Anton Frondell tape. I've watched several games now, hours of tape, and I've come to some conclusions. The first being that I was initially wrong about Anton Frondell and his playing situation this year. The first video I put out on this channel was about Anton Frondell and how I thought that he should play this season right now in North America, maybe a little bit with Rockford at the start of the year, and then make the transition to the NHL partway through the season. Early on in the season was kind of what I was calling for on that video. And I do have to admit, I am wrong. The reason why I initially said that and made the video was because I felt like Anton Frondell's style of play, his physical tools, the size, the speed, I thought that his game would transition to the NHL easier than, maybe a smaller skill player or a defenseman or whatnot. But I do have to admit, I was wrong about that. After watching the tape, after watching the style of play that Djurgårdens play, they play a very, to compare it to NHL, it's Florida Panthers style of hockey, right? It's a very north-south team. They're heavy on the forecheck. It's a big dump and chase team. You're not going to see a lot of east-west movement, especially in the neutral zone. You're not going to see them really trying too hard to carry the puck into the zone, except for on, fast breaks, transition play, and whatnot. So it wasn't, I'll admit, it wasn't the most exciting style of hockey to watch, right? I just crushing this hours of film. It was a lot of, dumping the puck in, not able to win it on the forecheck, and then it was going the other way, and then, the goalie would make a save, and that would be the shift. And it was a lot of that. So I had to sift through a lot of film to get, the good nuggets, but the work was done. The work had to be done. But I do think that style of play is great for Anton Frondell, not just because his own physical tools and individual play complements a system like that really well, but just because it's good habit forming, right? It's not like, not to shit on the CHL, but when guys come from the CHL, you always hear people talking about you got to get the junior out of your game. That is not at all the case in Djurgårdens, which is a good thing. And the only reason why I can't say in complete confidence that I was completely and utterly wrong about Frondell playing in North America this year versus the SHL is because yesterday for Djurgårdens game, Anton Frondell was listed as the 13th forward. He played 5 shifts. I don't think he played at all in the second period, and he only played 2 minutes. And it's a bit of a head scratcher because he is leading the team in plus minus. He's leading the team in goals. He's been great. I've watched the games. He's played great. He's a big part of the team. As I just mentioned, his style of play fits their system very well. So that was very peculiar to me. I don't know what the reason is for that. I don't know if maybe he slept past his alarm, or if it's disciplinary action, if they're upset with him, or maybe if they're just trying to take a load off, if they maybe feel like the workload's been too heavy, they wanted to give him somewhat of a rest game. I don't know what the situation is. I just know he was listed as the extra player. The extra player. He was the I don't know what accent. I don't know what a Swedish accent even sound. I wouldn't even know how to try to do that. That sounded like a bit of a French and German mix. But the extras player. He was the extras player. And Djurgårdens, don't do this to my boy. If you're gonna keep making my boy the extras player, I'm gonna come over there and fuck y'all shit up. All right, simple as that. I'm going to have real problems if you continue to make him the 13th forward in the extra player. Okay? Don't do that again. All right? Back in the top six, back on the first line, first or second line wing, please. Thank you. That was just a quick little message to Jer Gardens. If you haven't gotten this vibe yet from my channel, I am not the king of the X's and O's analytic guy. That's not me. I am a delusional, crazed hockey fan, more specifically a delusional, crazed Blackhawks fan yelling at a camera in my bedroom. This is going to mostly be done from the perspective of a Blackhawks fan looking at one of the prospects in my system. I do say all right. I've followed this team for years, my entire life. I'm a diehard. I've gone to countless games and playoff games and with my family, and I'm a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, right? So that is the lens at which I will be dissecting this tape through. All right. I'm not fucking, I don't know. If you're trying to learn something about the sport of hockey, I don't know if my channel's the best thing, but hopefully you maybe learn a little bit and enjoy yourself while you're watching. So without further ado, I don't want to waste too much time here. Let's get into some of this tape, shall we? All right, before I get into the tape, I do want to give a quick shout out to Draft Pros Hockey. I'm going to be doing social media stuff with them throughout this season. They are the reason I am able to make this video for you guys. They got me on Instat, which is how I'm able to compile all this footage and present it to you. So if you could do me a huge favor and go ahead and check out Draft Pros Hockey they're on YouTube, Twitter. So be sure to check out Draft Pros Hockey and thanks again to those guys for allowing me to do this. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start it. All right. So this first play, you're going to kind of see he makes a play to get it in deep here in transition. And then just watch him. What a puck hound this kid is, right? So he's going to cut this play off up here and force a turnover. Boom, like that. And now it hits his own guy and gets out of the zone. But watch him stay with it. Watch him stay with this play. And then boom, great look there. He's got a wicked shot. He's got great speed, but it's really just his tenacity on the forecheck, his ability to force turnovers in the offensive zone is what's so impressive to me about Anton Frondell. All right, this clip kind of just shows how the forechecking ability turns into offense, and this is kind of how Anton's able to develop a lot of these plays. So he keeps the puck moving up the boards, right? And now watch, he's going to help his man win the puck. Now watch this play. Boom. Little backhand pass. His teammate doesn't score, but still a great play nonetheless. Now this clip's a great example of how good he is in puck battles in the corners. He's just going to battle here, little stick checks, just fight and digging for this puck, and he's eventually going to come up with it. He makes a bad pass coming out of this little scrum here, but nonetheless, I just want to show how good he is at that, how good he is in those little puck battles, in the corners, in the dirty areas. And now, same thing with this clip. It's the same thing, but just in his own zone, in the defensive zone. So where is he? He's right here. So he takes a hit, tries to move it up the boards, comes over and helps his defenseman. Now watch, he's going to win this puck. And then cut back. He doesn't force the breakout pass. You see that patience? I love that. And now they get it out, right? He doesn't force the breakout pass. He makes the defensive play. It's great to see. Now watch this defensive work. Muscles that guy off he was on the rush. And now watch him battle these guys in the corner. He's right here. Right, so he loses it there, but watch this defensive play. Last second, right before this guy was about to get this puck to the crease, and he makes a big play. He loses it right there, but then he makes this big defensive effort, keeps it from going into the crease. Now watch this breakout pass. Boom. Defense into offense just like that. And now watch, the play's not over. He's going to come out left side of your screen and just rip that one-timer. This is what I love about Anton Frondell, is he knows what he's good at, and he sticks to it. He's going to fly up the ice here and catch up to play and just rip that one-timer. And now look at this juicy rebound here, right? It's just the meat and potatoes. Get the puck to the net. You've got a fantastic one-timer. Use it. And he does. They don't score, but still, it's a great play. That's how you generate offense from good, sound defensive hockey. It's a great example from Anton Frondell. Thanks, buddy. Now, this clip's a bit of a nothing burger. It's just to show you his effort in his back check, as well as just what a puck hound he is. He just never gives up. So he's right here. Bad positioning kind of there. But now watch him just skate with this guy. Cut him off. And now watch this guy. He loses the puck, right? And they actually get a decent, they got a decent look there. But still, I wanted to, not all these clips are just his goals. I just wanted to really nail in the point how hard this kid works off the puck, whether it's back checking, trying to get back and stop a goal from happening, or if it's in the offensive zone on the forecheck. Regardless of where it is on the ice, Anton Frondell is going to be giving 110% of his effort to try to win the puck. And now it's the same thing with this one. Just watch him as this play develops. He's right here, so that pass kind of gets lucky there. But watch, he's an option if you ring it around the boards here. They lose the puck. Now watch him get back into this play. Nice little stick lift there. Forces the turnover around the blue line. They don't get a scoring chance from this, but still, just that sustained offensive pressure, being able to win the puck back for your team after you lose it, it's big. I like this play just to kind of highlight some of the speed and the skill in transition. He does this little like head fake, little hezzy thing a lot right here. Boom, you see that? Whoop. And then watch this guy barrel. Oh my gosh. Watch this guy skate into the boards like this. Oh my gosh, dude. That guy's concussed. We need a... And then he stays with the play. Basically forces a turnover here. If the F3 is a little more engaged, I think they probably win that. But he's always hunting the puck, no matter what. Okay, so now this is more of the offensive stuff. They're on the power play here. I want you to keep an eye on how much he moves. He's constantly moving. He's really good on the power play, not just because of the one-timer. I mean, let's be honest, it is an absolute weapon. He's got an absolute piss missile of a one-timer. But that's not the only threat. It's the way he moves constantly. He's constantly keeping his feet moving just to open up shooting windows no matter where he is on the ice. He wants a clean look at net, and so he uses his skating to make that happen. And he's also a good facilitator. You'll see in this clip when he gets on the puck, it's just really solid. So he's on the bottom of your screen here. He's going to come back into view here. Watch, he's going to go high to low. He's going to crisscross with this guy. Play goes on to the other side of the ice. Now watch bottom right-hand side of your screen here. Watch him just go south here. Just open, ready. You see that? I love that. He's just keeping that one-timer locked and loaded the whole time. Now, play stays in, and he makes a nice little toe drag release here. This is a little wink to Bedsy here. I love this. And it goes just wide, but then it's a great look for another player on his team who misses. And now look at he just facilitates. He's like a quarterback. He's one of those guys, he's patient. When he has the puck on the power play, he's patient. But not like some guys who are just like holding and scanning and not really moving much. He's constantly skating and he's trying to pass the puck. He's trying to get his other guy. He's trying to get his guys involved and just keep defenses honest with constant skating and puck movement, which is great. This next clip is on the exact same power play just a few moments later, but it's a 5-on-3, and you just get to see the one-timer. That one's in his skates, keeps the play alive there, which was a great play. But you're about to see this absolute missile. Goes to the other side, loads up, finds a little passing lane. Down, now he's going to come back up. Pass it over, boom. I mean, we can watch that. We can watch that all day long, can we not? Oh, can you imagine? Connor Bedard, left half wall, Anton Frondell, right half wall, just passing it back between each other. Just Bedsy just feeding them on the tape, just right in the wheelhouse for that disgusting shot. This Blackhawks power play is going to be so gross because of the amount of weapons they have. And they don't do the same thing. That's what's so great about what's being built with this Blackhawks system is so many of these players have different play styles that complement one another. This is my favorite clip. This is Anton Frondell to a T here. Reads the play. I just love it. It doesn't score, but I just off the face-off, watch him just read this play. It's a bad pass. It's a turnover, but just jumps on it and doesn't waste any time. Doesn't try to stick handle pass a guy in front of him or make one too many passes. He gets it in the offensive zone. If he has a little bit of space in a shooting lane, he's driving that thing. He is pounding it on net every single time. And I love it from him because his shot is one of his strongest assets. So he uses his strengths. He plays to his strengths, and that's a great thing for a young hockey player. All right, now we're going to start getting into some of the goals and assists. I mean, just taking the puck off this guy. Watch this. Just on the money. What a play. The goalie thinks he's going around the net. Beautiful. Beautiful setup there from Frondell. And that's low-key the most underrated part of his game, I do feel like, is his playmaking ability in the offensive zone. Like, his style of hockey is that, like, grind you down, aggressive forecheck, super physical, great shot. But he's got great playmaking ability, especially when he gets in and around the net and when he's behind the net. He can just make these really quick, nifty plays that often lead to really high-quality scoring chances. Another one there, just right around the net, dirty areas. It's where you score goals, no matter what the level is. You guys have probably seen this clip. Forehand, backhand. One of the things I love about Anton Frondell is that he's such a decisive player. Like, I never saw him get the puck and not know exactly what he was about to do with it, which is big when you're a young player who's going to be transitioning from the SHL to the NHL. All right, on this one, he's left side of your screen here. Watch him battle for body position right in front of the net. He's going to get a tip on this, but you see how he just beats that guy and then just gets the slightest tip? Okay, that's the goal we already saw. Can we watch it again, though? Can we just keep watching him hammer these goals home? Oh, man, that rocket. It's scary. Just close your eyes with me. Blackhawks fans, close your eyes with me. Connor Bedard, left half wall, stick handling, making guys miss, then just a saucer through a very narrow passing lane right to Anton Frondell on the other side of the ice, loading up that big one-timer and ripping it past insert goalie of your choice. It's just a beautiful thing to just daydream about. It's what I've been doing since I've been watching this tape. Here's another glimpse of what he can do behind the net. See, this is what you guys are complaining about with my picture. Okay, he's right here. All right, he's right here. I know my big face is kind of blocking him. Relax. It's not an important part of the play right here. This is just a nice little glimpse of what he can do when he gets the puck in and around the net. I told you, he makes these nice plays from behind the net. He likes to trick goalies a little bit, and this is just another example of it. Whoop! Right on the tape, wide open net. Great feed, great assist. This is another goal, just an absurd rocket. He's this guy right here. The guy taking the face off is going to tie his man up, and just watch. This release is so quick and heavy. Boom! No chance on any goal. No goaltender in the world has a chance there. Just crazy shot, man. This is another just battling in front of the net. Great screen, leads to a goal. He's just a monster. And just imagine Connor Bedard, crosses into the zone. Anton Frondell goes straight to the net, parks that big frame right in front of the goaltender. Connor Bedard's it's going to be like taking candy from a baby. He's just going to be just sniping corners. Goalie's not going to see the puck. Got this absolute monstrous Swede standing right in front of him. You can't see anything, much less a Connor Bedard toe drag release. Now, I think most of you have probably seen this clip. This is the Michigan goal. But watch the little head fake move that I talked about earlier. He does it again to lead up to the Michigan right there. Whoop! And then gets back on it. Come on. The offensive ability is there, and as it continues to develop, that's what's going to turn Anton Frondell into an NHL superstar in my mind, is he's got all the physical tools. If he can keep developing these offensive weapons, playing on a line with Connor Bedard, I mean, how is this guy not going to be a player that scores 30 to 40 goals every single year in the NHL? I just don't see how he doesn't turn into an absolute beast like that. All right, so this is the last clip I wanted to show just to like add something negative. I got to have something, I got to have some sort of criticism. I can't just like, what kind of tape watching sesh would it be if we weren't talking about things that this player can improve upon. There are some times where I would like to see Anton Frondell just run a guy over. Just finish a check, skate through your man, put him into the boards. He's more than willing to engage in those battles in the corners when he's right up next to guys because he can kind of just like position himself and pivot a little bit and rub guys off. Sometimes you just got to skate through someone. And there's two quick examples of it. Like he kind of misses there, but it's like just murder that, just run them into the boards. Like you don't have to make a play every time. Sometimes you just got to pound their D. And here's now the other defenseman. Just go through that guy, especially when you're all alone. Just skate through him, finish your check. But other than that, I really liked what I saw from Anton Frondell. Now I do want to take a second here and talk about how I see him fitting into the Blackhawks system and how I see him playing in the NHL. So Anton Frondell this season for Djurgårdens has played center, is like third line center, and he's played wing in the top six. I think Anton Frondell is going to be a winger. I think he's going to be a power forward. My NHL comps for him are like Brady Tkachuk, Quentin Byfield type. I really think he can be that impactful of a player. But I just think it makes more sense to put him on the wing, especially if you think about what the Blackhawks have already. They've already made it clear they're expecting Connor Bedard to be the 1C and Frank Nazar be the 2C. I just think you put Anton Frondell up on that first line with Connor Bedard. I think their games complement each other so well. Similarly to Roman Kanserov, which I said in that breakdown, but even more so with Anton Frondell because of that one time, because of that release of his is so nasty. But you play them on a line together, Anton Frondell is going to be your puck hound. We've already seen it with Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks, where I think a lot of fans get confused and wonder, why isn't he playing with guys like Lucas Reichel, who just got traded, or Teuvo Teravainen, more creative, finesse pass players? It's clear that the Chicago Blackhawks want a puck winner on the line with Connor Bedard, a guy who's going to go to the greasy areas for him, that's going to be that F1 and engage the forecheck and try to turn the puck over and turn defense into offense alongside Connor Bedard. And that is Anton Frondell's game to a T. I really do think that Bedard and Frondell on a line together are a match made in heaven, and I think they're going to terrorize the NHL for many, many years. Because think about it. Anton Frondell goes into the forecheck first as the F1. You have Connor Bedard further back as the F3, just waiting for pucks to get knocked loose from his massive Swede that's going to be hitting people and winning puck battles. And then Bedard can either use that patented toe drag release, that insane release that we all know he has, or he can find his line mate, Anton Frondell, who's going to be open and ready to let a one-timer rip. Also, just their transition play. Like, Connor Bedard's going to be the guy you want getting the puck in your own zone, carrying it through the neutral zone and into the offensive zone. And Anton Frondell's got the speed to stay with him and is going to be looking for lanes of his own to attack. I really do feel like Anton Frondell and his play style is like that last missing piece for the Blackhawks top six. Just a big, physical, fast, two-way elite forward with good offensive ability. It's genuinely perfect for what the Blackhawks have already in the top six. Now, when you add guys like Anton Frondell to that mix, now you're talking about an extremely well-rounded top six with tons of speed, tons of two-way ability, tons of passing ability, tons of shooting ability. You've got pretty much everything you need with some of these guys. So just getting really excited for what's to come with this young Blackhawks team, considering some of these young pieces and how well their games complement each other. I really think there's a lot to look forward to. If you guys like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and maybe you hype it up for me. Click that hype button. And be sure this video is coming out tomorrow, which is Monday. The Blackhawks are playing the following day on Tuesday. I'm going to be live streaming that game, so make sure you stop by the channel and join the live stream and check out the post game after the fact. The live streams have been a ton of fun, so definitely don't miss that. It's a 7:45 puck drop, so make sure you're here on the channel ready to go with me. To watch our Chicago Blackhawks beat the Ottawa Senators. And it's a fun time. There's people in chat from all over the world that support the same team as you. So I genuinely recommend it to any person that considers themselves a avid Blackhawks fan. But I think that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much. I will see you tomorrow for the live stream and the post game. Peace.